Hi guys, it's Ian here in Beijing. I was going to do a video update yesterday, but when I saw the news about the shooting at the school in America, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. The news is just so sad. America has so many problems to overcome, and the mass shooting thing is something that I just can't get my head around. It just makes no sense to me. Why would you allow this to happen so frequently? And it is so sad, and it brings back memories of the school shooting that happened in Scotland 26 years ago in Dunblane, and after that we banned the guns. And as a parent, I just have no words. I mean, what can you say? As you may or may not know, in Beijing we have been in a sort of soft lockdown mode where we have had businesses close and people are working from home. We are actually able to move around the city, and food supply is fine. You can plenty to buy and eat. I know this is different moving around the city. Some areas that are in lockdown, but I'm quite fortunate at this moment in time I can still move around. We do have to have a negative COVID test to allow us to move around, and that's a big queue. But if you time it right, you can beat the queue and you can get the test done. So things have been okay. People do seem to be in a good mood, and there is hope that Beijing can start to get back to some sort of normal. Fingers crossed on that front. I've been working from home, and that is okay. But with everything that is sort of fun to do closed down in the evening, things like bars and restaurants and gyms and cinemas, then the options in the evening become quite limited. So I tend to go out for a short local walk, maybe basically around the block in the evening, and then try and stay a little bit active through that. I do like to walk, and exploring Beijing walking is fantastic. So I dread if I am asked to stay in the apartment and confined to the apartment, and I hope that doesn't happen. When I do go out for a walk, I come back home in the evening, and after a long walk, there is just that big temptation to zone out and binge, which I have done a few times, a few occasions. I've just Netflixed it. But I also try and tame that Netflix habit and get into other things. One of the things I do enjoy is getting lost in YouTube, and this is something that I'm relatively new to. Actually, when you do meet people in China who have a good level of English, they will often tell you that they learned it from online, and YouTube is often the source that they would point to that helped him learn English. And my son, he would use YouTube to do his gaming walkthroughs, and I would always be amazed at how he could do the gaming walkthrough, play the PlayStation, watch YouTube, eat his food, listen to music, talk, chew, everything at the same time. The youth of today are so talented. And just the other day, a mate of mine actually asked me to help him with some software. And I said, just go to YouTube, search, and you will learn. And then he texted me back and said, this is amazing. I'm learning so much so quickly. So anyway, I'm relatively new to YouTube as a hobby for me, uploading videos, but also getting into watching videos on YouTube. And last night, when I came back from being out, I was flicking through my YouTube history. I was looking for a video that I had watched before because I wanted to work out how to use a camera that I have. There was a feature on it that I couldn't understand. And I started to rewatch some of the videos that made a big impact on me when I watched them the first time around. And this is what I wanted to share with you on this video. So if you have 5 minutes or so, and if you've got 59 minutes spare to watch what I'm going to recommend, then I guarantee if you watch even one of them, you will be inspired. I'm going to share 5 videos that really resonated with me, so I want to share that with you now. Video number 1 that I'm sharing with you is called "Why Are We Leaving the United States Forever in Our 50s?" And I love this video. It screams out to me everything about life being an adventure that we are all on, and we actually write the story for ourselves if we choose to do so. The reason they gave for leaving the United States were very balanced, actually very balanced reasons. And it was not about hating that life they had in America. In fact, they are very complimentary about life in America, but it was more about that spirit of adventure and taking a chance in life. The video cinematography is so well done, and it became apparent to me also that they have a big influence on their life, because their son, when they meet up with the family, you can see that their son is also a famous video blogger on YouTube. Where they end up is definitely a fantastic place, and it's high on my bucket list to visit and live. The video is 10 minutes and 20 seconds long. It's a top-notch watch for people who want to get more out of life. Video number 2 is called Dave Ramsey, you only need to know these rules, and the video lasts for 12 minutes and 17 seconds. This video is one that I sent my 18-year-old son actually, and I asked him to watch it because he's about to go to university to study finance, and he's also about to embark on that whole adult thing growing up we call life, which we all know can be very, very challenging at times. Now, Dave Ramsey is a finance guy, and he does not pull any punches on this video, but he goes beyond just the money side of life in this video, and he nails it with a handful of really simple rules for life. This video is about how to manage your money, but also about how to be a decent human being. And I love the video because he delivers it with so much humour and with no nonsense bullshit. And he really does remind me of my father, who is no longer with us. So yeah, it's a great video. Watch it, and I miss you, Dad. Video number 3 is from Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. You've heard of these guys. The video lasts for 5 minutes and 7 seconds, and although it is always great to see these two guys talking, and they do remind me of the two Muppets in the balcony, the Stadler and Waldorf, and please, I do not mean any insult by that. I absolutely love the Muppets, but they have got a sense of adventure about them, and trust me, Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger are two very sharp finance guys. But funny enough, it wasn't the finance stuff that I took from this video. What I took from the video is how they were so open about not knowing or understanding things, and also how polite but quick they were in shutting down conversations that they were wasting their time. So I took from this video how important it is to accept that you don't always understand stuff, and when you don't, you be honest about it, because then you can learn. And then the other important thing I took from the video is that time is the most important thing in your life. Time is the ultimate currency. And the other last point is, these two guys are not young anymore, but they just ooze that sense of usefulness and youthfulness and energy of, kids. They're fantastic. Speaking of youth, my 4th video is about the youth of today. Well, not directly. Incidentally, I will leave a link to all these videos below if you want to take time to watch them, and I recommend them. And also, please leave a comment in the box below if you have any other recommendations for me to watch. So back to number 4 video. This guy is brilliant. He's a real finance guy, and his magic is, well, magical. The video is a bit longer, and it lasts for 16 minutes and 34 seconds, and if you don't have that much time, then just watch the first half of the video. The reason for recommending watching this video is to help people realise that we have really screwed up the future for the youth of today. Sure, they have a much better life than people of my generation or maybe the generation before, because they have all the latest and the best, and they have the internet and food and everything else. But from the possibility of having a strong financial future that they can build a family life on, then I don't think we have done them any favours. So if you're curious about what I mean, then watch this video. It is called WTF Happened in 1971, and it's from a guy called Andre Jake. Watch his video and understand that we have screwed it up for the younger generation, and so when you watch it, please have some empathy for the younger generation. The last video is from a guy called Peter McKinnon, who is one of the top YouTubers and is an incredibly watchable guy. This is an impressive video by sheer size and scale of what it is they're trying to do and what it is they're trying to capture. The video is called "The Mountains Won't Remember Me," and it is just beautiful, stunning. It's 15 minutes and 24 seconds of sheer brilliance, and it reminds me of back home. It reminds me of Scotland, and if you watch the video you might spot why if you check out the place name where they actually visit. My takeaway from this video is deep, very, very deep, and that is that you should be yourself. Keep learning, appreciate life and respect the planet, because the planet will be around a lot longer after we are well gone. So I hope you enjoyed this different type of video from me. I just wasn't in the mood for walking around Beijing. I hope you get something from it. Let me know what you think in the box below. Meanwhile, this is Ian in Beijing, hoping to get out and travel further at some point in the future. My heart goes out to people in America who have lost loved ones. And meanwhile, from me, peace out.